Hello and welcome to my corner of YouTube. It is Claire here from whatever I decide to call my YouTube channel, if I even decide to go there. I know it's called kitting up in relation to diamond art painting. I mean, my threads are kind of prepared because they're all on these individual cards, which are going to be super annoying. That's going to be so frustrating. Where do I start, guys? Do I start on like a big area of the same colour? I think so. We're going to start with this 35 because then I can just go for it. I have got absolutely no idea what that is though. Right, 35, 3865. So, oh gosh, I'm going to get in a right mess here, aren't I? We've got number. Oh, it's sticking to my hands. I'm probably perimenopausal and starting to struggle with dry hands. No, that's number 33. That's 3-digit number.
It's Future Claire here, interrupting this transmission to say hi everyone and welcome to Claire's Corner of Calm-ity. This was recorded some time ago at the beginning of June. Nearly said July, we're in July. Beginning of June I recorded this and oh my goodness, how little did I know the naivety of so many things that you're about to see. I'm going to chop and change with what I originally recorded and a voiceover of me lamenting myself.
Is that it? 3865?
So the
No,
little
closer.
cardboard things are called floss drops. They're trying to imitate something that I'm sure works really, really well when it's not made of cardboard with just a couple of tiny slits in it. Kitting up for diamond art painting is the process of preparing all your drills so they are ready to use. Kitting up in my previous experience of cross stitching would mean, oh, look at the blurry video there. Kitting up for cross stitch would have meant putting the floss onto some kind of floss card holder. Now, my first ever cross stitching experience was a counted cross stitch done from a pattern in a book. So I had to buy all of the threads in and separate them all, which is a very, very different process from purchasing a kit. We're just heading back to the original audio.
I think that's it, guys. 3865. Oh, it's boring, creamy white colour. Never mind, I suppose got to start somewhere.
In the original audio, I was telling you about me, my life, and it was information overkill, massively oversharing, and that is not what you are here for. What this video is actually sharing is my first experience of starting a stamped cross stitch. Previously, I had avoided them like the plague, thinking that counted was far superior. Not necessarily.
Ooh, which way do you do this? Historically, when I first started cross-stitching, I would pull out, I'm assuming this is all done with 2 threads, I should probably check. I would pull out my 2 threads. I would let them unravel a bit. However, these are quite long, which means they can get a bit tangly. So I think what I'm going to do is pull out just 1 thread at a time and do the half thing. So there's my 1 thread.
Oh, past Claire, you poor, poor thing. I had no idea. I really should have read the instructions because the instructions said that on an 11 count Ada you should be using 3 strands, which means that the idea of taking 1 strand, folding it in half and doing a loop start was never going to work. Everything I did had to get pulled out.
Ooh, I could use my threader, couldn't I? Show you how a threader works. I'm not sure I can multitask. Used to think I was great at that. Apparently it's a load of bull. So to use a threader, you stick it through the eye of the needle, which is way easier than you'd anticipate, no matter how your eyes are, or no matter how my eyes are. Hook it around, pull it through, job's done. What am I saying?
Present Claire's actually lamenting at this point because that was so easy threading with the needle threader that I have now misplaced. And I'm currently thinking I need to find that because that really was easier than the way that I have been doing it without the needle threader. That said, I've also broken a whole needle for the first time in my life in trying to use a needle threader. I don't think with this project, mind you. I do need to dig out my old projects to show you. I wonder if you can guess how old some of them are by just looking at them.
Oh my gosh, this is horrendous to try and do. I might have to get a hoop after all. I'm going to try this new thing of loop stitch at the start, but from the front. So apparently I do Danish cross stitch. So loop stitch means to go through there. I've got no idea if this is even working on my phone. To pick it up and then back through there, pull it tight. The knot goes to the back and we are away. Right, so Danish apparently is what I do, because I go all the way along one way doing the first bit and then all the way back again. Like I say, fallen into a bit of a rabbit hole, done lots of binge watching recently and just sharing with you what I'm up to.
Present Claire is in some ways sad to say that I have continued to binge watch YouTube, both diamond art painting videos and cross-stitching ones. Shout out to Callie Jenny, who currently has my attention when it comes to cross-stitching and already giving me a multitude of other people to go and watch. What else have I learned? So on 3 threads, like I say, you cannot do the loop start that is shown there. However, you can do a modified version of the loop start, or you can do a pin start, both of which I have explored. And I think I have a future video from Future Claire coming up to show you my experiences of that as I update you on my WIP. WIP, by the way, is WIP and stands for Work in Progress. I once decided that it'd be a good idea to write down all of the things in my life that are works in progress so that I could try and make some headway into getting them done. At the top of my list was me, myself. I am a work in progress. I feel like I am consistently, constantly even, trying to improve various things. My house has been far too cluttered for at least 3 years, and 3 years down the line, it is potentially filled with more clutter, especially since I discovered diamond art painting and stamped cross stitch. But I'm not going to beat myself up about that, because that part of the work in progress has been improved. I try very hard not to beat myself up when things are not going as well as I hope, and just accept myself for who and how I am. This is my current life, and it's absolutely fine as it is. Just thinking back to what's going on in the video, so I mentioned that that's the Danish way of doing it. However, I have also, in my many binge watches, seen another video implying that perhaps this is the English way and to do one stitch at a time is the Danish way. Yeah, who blinking knows? I am just doing what seems to work at the time, and that changes on an almost daily basis too. Since recording this, I've also explored parking. However, I have totally bastardized that and do my own version of parking as well. So I'm a semi-parker now when it comes to cross stitch, and do it in a way that works for me. To the original.
I identify as ADHD, and time blindness is definitely a thing for me, which you will notice. My Alexa time is going off because I have my friend about to do card readings on YouTube. So I'm going to finish this off. Oh, did I just double jump? No, I did not. Paused you there to just shout at Alexa in a different room. Yes, so I'm going to finish up along here. I'm not even going to pretend to know how to do the loop finish off yet, but hopefully I will share that out another day.
Future Claire genuinely just thought Alexa was going off in the kitchen at 10 to 10 on a Monday night. Wondered what that was all about before I realised. The the loop finish, I still haven't figured out. It makes no sense in my brain, and when things don't make sense in my brain for any logical purposes, I am unlikely to integrate them in my life. More research required.
I've done it, guys. I've done my first-ish row. It looks quite blue. I don't know if it's supposed to look blue. I hope the colours underneath will disappear over time. Washing, maybe, once it's finished. But there you go. I have started. I should probably mark the date and how long it's taking me to do, because I'm intrigued. I have bought so many of these things recently, and like I say, time blindness, I have got absolutely no idea how long it's going to take me to create any of these new masterpieces, and things like that intrigue me. So anywho, bye bye for now.
As always, from both past and present Claire, thank you so much for joining me in my little corner of the internet, which does have a name because I decided to do this for fun. This is all about fun and experimenting for me, but I hope to see you back again sometime soon.